Welcome to Heart Story, where every seed planted grows into powerful emotional storytelling. Mrs. Thompson, a retired teacher, planted a young oak tree in her school's courtyard decades ago. It was a simple gesture, symbolizing growth, knowledge, and hope for future generations. Years passed, and the tree flourished, becoming a silent witness to countless memories and lessons. One day, former students returned, clutching old yearbooks and stories of their youth beneath the now towering oak. This is a tale of legacy, connection, and the enduring impact of small acts told through emotional storytelling. Join us as we explore the roots of this heartfelt journey. The oak tree, once a fragile sapling, grew tall and strong, its branches sheltering generations of students. Mrs. Thompson often visited the tree after retirement, reminiscing about the lessons taught and lives touched. The school community cherished the tree as a symbol of enduring growth and shared memories. Years later, a group of former students planned a surprise reunion beneath the oak, holding worn yearbooks filled with stories of their school days. Their return sparked a wave of emotional storytelling, as they shared tales of laughter, challenges, and triumphs shaped by Mrs. Thompson's guidance. The tree stood witness to this heartfelt reunion, a living bridge between past and present, roots entwined with stories of connection and hope. And this was just the beginning of their shared journey. As the reunion unfolded beneath the towering oak, laughter and tears mingled in the crisp air. Former students flipped through yellowed yearbooks, recounting moments shaped by Mrs. Thompson's kindness and dedication. Stories of encouragement, life lessons, and personal growth echoed, each one a thread in the fabric of their shared history. The emotional storytelling bridged decades, connecting hearts across time and distance. Mrs. Thompson, watching from afar, felt a deep sense of fulfillment. Her small act of planting a tree had grown into a legacy far beyond her classroom. This gathering was more than a reunion, it was a celebration of enduring bonds and the power of nurturing growth, both in nature and in lives. Their story was a testament to the quiet impact of love and care across generations. Inspired by the reunion, Mrs. Thompson organized storytelling sessions beneath the oak tree, inviting former students to share memories and life lessons. These gatherings became a cherished tradition, blending emotional storytelling with laughter and heartfelt reflections. Students, past and present, found a shared space to connect, bridging generations through stories and experiences. Mrs. Thompson listened intently, her heart swelling with pride as tales of resilience, kindness, and growth unfolded. The oak tree's shade became a symbol of nurturing, not only of the earth but of community and hope. The sessions inspired new friendships and healing, reminding everyone that emotional storytelling can root us deeply in our shared humanity. Their collective journey was blossoming, one story at a time. One afternoon, a former student named David shared a story about how Mrs. Thompson's encouragement helped him overcome challenges and pursue his dreams. His emotional storytelling touched the group deeply, inspiring others to open up about their own journeys. The storytelling sessions grew, attracting more alumni who wanted to reconnect and contribute their voices. David and his peers began organizing community projects, fueled by the lessons of empathy and perseverance learned under Mrs. Thompson's guidance. The oak tree stood tall above them, a living testament to growth nurtured through care and connection. Together, they cultivated a garden of stories and actions that blossomed far beyond the schoolyard. Their shared narrative became a source of strength and inspiration for all involved. At the close of one storytelling session, David announced a plan to plant more trees around the community, each representing a story of hope and resilience. The group embraced the idea, eager to expand the legacy Mrs. Thompson had started with her oak tree. As they planted saplings in parks, schools, and neighborhoods, each tree became a living monument to emotional storytelling and connection. Families gathered under the new trees to share stories, creating a growing network of compassion and healing. Mrs. Thompson watched with pride, knowing her simple act had blossomed into a movement of kindness and growth. Their journey continued, rooted in love and nurtured by every shared story and planted seed. Together, they were cultivating a future where stories and trees flourished side by side. The tree planting initiative blossomed into an annual community event called Roots of Hope. Residents of all ages gathered to plant trees, share stories, and celebrate growth, both literal and emotional. Mrs. Thompson became the heart of the event, inspiring participants with her wisdom and warmth. Emotional storytelling took center stage, as attendees shared tales of perseverance, kindness, and transformation. Local schools integrated Roots of Hope into their curriculum, teaching students the importance of nurturing both nature and community. The event fostered new friendships, bridging generations and backgrounds through shared experiences. Together, they nurtured a culture of empathy, connection, and hope, rooted deeply in their community. During the Roots of Hope event, a young girl named Lily shared how Mrs. Thompson's encouragement helped her find confidence and resilience. Her story inspired many attendees to reflect on their own journeys and the impact of kindness. Lily's courage sparked a wave of emotional storytelling, as others began opening up about challenges overcome and lessons learned. The event became a safe space for vulnerability, healing, and community building. Mrs. Thompson and Lily partnered to start a mentorship program, fostering emotional storytelling and support among youth. The initiative nurtured a new generation rooted in empathy and strength. Their shared stories grew the community's legacy of hope and connection. At the mentorship program's first gathering, Lily performed a heartfelt poem about growth, resilience, and the power of emotional storytelling. The audience was moved, their applause a testament to the program's impact and potential. Mrs. Thompson felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing her legacy was inspiring new voices to be heard and valued. The mentorship blossomed, connecting youth across backgrounds through shared stories and mutual support. Communities rallied behind the initiative, recognizing its role in fostering empathy and healing. As new stories unfolded, the Roots of Hope grew deeper, promising a future rich with compassion and connection. Their journey continued, one story, one seed, and one heart at a time. Mrs. Thompson and the mentorship group partnered with local organizations to expand emotional storytelling workshops throughout the city. Workshops focused on healing, self-expression, and building community through shared narratives. Participants of all ages attended, eager to connect and find strength in vulnerability. Schools incorporated the program into their curricula, emphasizing empathy and resilience as core values. Mrs. Thompson's vision blossomed into a citywide movement, inspiring acts of kindness and understanding. The oak tree stood tall as a symbol of growth, both in nature and in hearts united by storytelling. Together, they nurtured a culture of compassion that transcended generations and backgrounds. One participant, Marcus, shared how emotional storytelling workshops helped him heal from past trauma and rebuild relationships. His brave testimony inspired others to open their hearts and share their journeys. The workshops became a sanctuary where vulnerability was met with compassion and acceptance. Local leaders recognized the program's impact, funding expansions to reach underserved communities. Mrs. Thompson witnessed how storytelling transformed lives, weaving a tapestry of resilience and hope across the city. The movement grew stronger, rooted in empathy and the belief that every story matters. Together, they cultivated a future where kindness and connection flourished. At the final workshop of the season, Marcus shared a letter he had written to his younger self, a message of hope and resilience. The room was filled with tears and applause, a testament to the healing power of emotional storytelling. Mrs. Thompson felt profound gratitude, knowing her vision had blossomed into a community of support and growth. Participants pledged to continue sharing stories, nurturing the bonds formed through vulnerability and kindness. The oak tree outside stood tall, its roots deepening as the community's connections grew stronger. As voices echoed with stories old and new, the journey of emotional storytelling promised a brighter, more connected future. Together, they embraced the healing power of shared experience and the promise of continued growth. Mrs. Thompson and her team launched a citywide initiative called Stories in Bloom, encouraging residents to plant trees and share their personal journeys. The initiative combined environmental stewardship with emotional storytelling, fostering growth in both nature and community. Neighborhoods transformed as trees blossomed alongside stories of hope, resilience, and healing. Schools, businesses, and local groups embraced the movement, organizing events and workshops. Mrs. Thompson watched with pride as Stories in Bloom grew, becoming a symbol of unity and compassion. The oak tree she planted years ago stood as a powerful reminder that nurturing both earth and hearts creates lasting change. Together, they continued planting seeds of kindness and connection, inspiring generations to come. During a Stories in Bloom event, a young woman named Anna shared how the movement helped her find healing after loss. Her emotional storytelling touched many, inspiring attendees to open their hearts and share their own journeys. Anna's story became a beacon of hope, encouraging community members to embrace vulnerability and support one another. The initiative grew, fostering connections across diverse groups and generations. Mrs. Thompson and Anna collaborated to create workshops focused on storytelling and nature's healing power. Their partnership nurtured a culture of empathy, resilience, and growth. Together, they continued spreading kindness, one story and one tree at a time. At a community gathering, Anna recited a poem inspired by her journey of healing through Stories in Bloom. The audience was moved, their applause a testament to the power of emotional storytelling and shared growth. Mrs. Thompson felt immense pride witnessing how the initiative transformed lives and deepened connections. The event marked a commitment to continue nurturing stories and trees, ensuring kindness and resilience flourished. Neighbors pledged support for future projects, building a legacy of compassion rooted in community. As new stories blossomed, the Garden of Hope grew richer, promising a vibrant future of healing and unity. The Stories in Bloom initiative caught the attention of neighboring cities, inspiring similar movements to blend nature and emotional storytelling. Mrs. Thompson was invited to speak at regional conferences, sharing insights on nurturing community through shared stories and environmental care. Collaborations blossomed, bringing together artists, educators, and activists to expand the initiative's reach and impact. Workshops combined planting with storytelling, creating healing spaces for diverse communities. Mrs. Thompson marveled at how a simple tree planting had grown into a regional movement of empathy and connection. Together, they sowed seeds of hope and resilience, cultivating a legacy that would endure for generations. At a regional gathering, Mrs. Thompson met Jacob, a counselor using storytelling and nature therapy to help youth heal from trauma. Inspired by her work, Jacob collaborated to integrate Stories in Bloom principles into his programs, reaching more young people. Their partnership created safe spaces where stories and nature intertwined to foster healing and resilience. Communities embraced this holistic approach, blending emotional storytelling with environmental stewardship. Mrs. Thompson witnessed the profound impact of their combined efforts, seeing lives transformed through empathy and connection. Together, they nurtured a movement rooted in compassion, weaving stories of hope across generations. At a community retreat, Jacob shared stories of youth transformed by the healing power of storytelling and nature. Attendees expressed gratitude, inspired by the resilience born from these shared experiences. Mrs. Thompson felt humbled, witnessing how a simple tree planting sparked a movement of compassion and growth. Their collaboration blossomed into a beacon of hope, nurturing communities across the region. Together, they pledged to continue cultivating stories and healing, weaving a legacy of empathy and strength. As voices rose in unity, the future gleamed bright with promise, stories yet to be told and lives ready to be healed. The Stories in Bloom movement gained national recognition, with Mrs. Thompson invited to share her journey on a popular talk show. Her message of emotional storytelling and community healing resonated with audiences nationwide. Inspired communities began launching similar initiatives, fostering connection and hope across the country. Media coverage amplified the movement, bringing new voices and stories to the forefront. Mrs. Thompson partnered with organizations to provide resources and training, ensuring the movement's sustainability and growth. Together, they nurtured a growing network of empathy, reminding the world of storytelling's power to unite and heal. At a national conference, Mrs. Thompson met Maya, a digital storyteller who used podcasts to highlight healing journeys. Inspired by Mrs. Thompson's story, Maya proposed a collaboration to expand emotional storytelling through new media platforms. Their partnership connected diverse audiences, fostering empathy and community through shared narratives. Together, they launched a series showcasing stories of resilience, kindness, and hope from across the country. The initiative bridged cultural and geographic divides, proving storytelling's universal power. Mrs. Thompson and Maya championed a future where every voice could be heard and valued. At a virtual storytelling gala, Mrs. Thompson and Maya unveiled a digital tapestry of stories collected nationwide. The event celebrated resilience, unity, and the healing power of emotional storytelling across diverse cultures. Viewers shared how the movement inspired them to embrace vulnerability and connection in their own lives. Mrs. Thompson reflected on the journey, from planting a tree to fostering a nationwide chorus of voices united in empathy. The gala became a beacon of hope, reminding everyone that stories transcend distance and build bridges of understanding. As applause echoed virtually, Mrs. Thompson felt profound gratitude for every story told and every heart touched. The final chapter began with Mrs. Thompson invited to deliver a keynote speech at a national conference on emotional storytelling and community healing. She shared how planting a single tree had blossomed into a movement transforming lives and communities. Her message emphasized the strength found in vulnerability and the power of shared stories to unite and heal. Leaders from diverse fields committed to fostering spaces for emotional storytelling, recognizing its profound impact. Mrs. Thompson felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing her simple act had inspired change far beyond her hometown. The story concluded with a heartfelt call to action, encouraging everyone to share their stories and nurture connections that foster hope and resilience. Following the conference, Mrs. Thompson connected with leaders nationwide, sharing insights on nurturing emotional storytelling for healing. Communities launched workshops and programs inspired by her journey, creating safe spaces for voices to be heard and hearts to connect. The movement grew into a beacon of hope, bridging divides and promoting empathy across diverse populations. Mrs. Thompson marveled at how a simple tree had sparked a nationwide wave of compassion and resilience. Together, they committed to sustaining the momentum, ensuring emotional storytelling remains a source of strength for future generations. The legacy of one tree blossomed into a chorus of stories, weaving a tapestry of healing and connection. As the movement blossomed, Mrs. Thompson stood surrounded by voices united through emotional storytelling, each sharing hope and healing. Her journey proved that a single seed, planted with love, can grow into a forest of compassion and connection. If this story inspired you, we invite you to plant your own seed, whether through a story, an act of kindness, or supporting community initiatives. Every gesture matters, and every voice has the power to heal and unite. Join us in spreading emotional storytelling, one story, one seed, one heart at a time. Together, we can nurture a world where every story is heard and every heart finds belonging.